G'day, mate, and welcome back to Captain History with me, Jitty. Our first episode was a little bit of a nightmare, a little bit of a high-speed mess, because I want to get through the early game, the very, very early game, as quickly as possible, so we get closer to, well, the mid-game, the late game, the points where we start getting into the wonderful Dragon space program. So that means today we're going to take a little bit more time, a little bit more care, a little bit more relaxed, and also do a little bit of, well, weaving through the trees, and also optimization. Actually, that's another thing I want to do. I want to optimize a whole bunch of things. But before we get into any of that, I need to ask that very important question, the most important question of all, and that is, do you like Captain Ministry? Because I definitely like Captain Ministry. So what I like to do is I like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like on this video. If you're not happy with the video, you didn't enjoy the video, then by all means you can have your like back. Also, I should mention we're in episode 2 of a Let's Play. If you've been waiting for this for a while and you haven't clicked subscribe, you should probably click subscribe now because this is going to be a bunch of fun. All right, what I want to do is I want to assign this excavator over here as well. I want him to dig up a little bit of coal, a little bit of dirt wherever he can find it, like all the way through here. And also I want to assign a couple more trucks. Okay, we have some of these tanks down. They're going to hold us some diesel. And with us now using diesel, I want to improve this. You don't have 60 crude, I'm only providing 40, so I'd like to plug that in as well and get that built. All right, with that being built, that should give me a little bit more diesel coming out. We have got this as an export, so this diesel should get shipped all over the place. All right, next thing I want to do is tree harvester. Tree harvester doesn't have any trees to harvest because I removed all of them because I wanted these trees gone. So we're gonna have him get back to work. Other thing I forgot to do last episode is I forgot to turn on reject single product loads. So if they just got dirt, I don't need them to bring the dirt here to go through the ore sorter, so it can be sorted into dirt. I want them to just take the dirt and dump it where it needs to go. Other thing I need to do is set some priorities. You are priority number 2. You're priority number 3. You're very important. If you're not running, well, probably I have a problem with other things not running. So that means somebody's going to come over here. They're going to take away the dirt and get rid of it. Next thing I want to do is I want to set you to priority number 3. You're 4. Yeah, you're 3. You're 4. You're also super important. If you back up, then I don't get iron. If I don't get iron, then things don't happen. You are going to be priority number 5 because I need construction parts, so I want you to be high on the list. If you're making construction parts, I want you being priority number 6 to, well, making sure I have mechanical parts to get this box full. You are going to be priority number 7, please, to make sure that I can still have this machine making some extra construction parts, because the more construction parts, the better. You, I want to be priority number 8, because you're also making construction parts, but I need to make sure you get deliveries. With that done, I now have, well, I've stockpiled my 80 iron, so we can collect that. I also need to get into copper. So to get into copper, what I need to do is I need to build a copper mine. I also need to, well, have our tree cutting machine keep cutting trees. So we're just going to buy some concrete slabs. Not that I need concrete slabs, but I'm going to take concrete slabs. I also want to pin this message because this is going to be somewhat important eventually. This had 14 refugees, which brought with them some loot. More refugees with more loot, and I also want to open this up. This is all the research we've done so far. We've built basic concrete, we've done the ship dock repair, we've made synthetic rubber, we've made basic diesel, and we now have construction parts 2, which come out of this machine. This machine I actually need to move. Thank you. We're just going to delete you with the power of uni and put you here. And I want to set you to make construction parts 2 as well. I actually want that at the top of the list, and I'm going to rebuild you with uni. And then I want a box right in front of you over here to hold my construction parts 2. Cool. You kept your priority, you did, and you hold the correct amount of items. Cool. Can I build this as well? And then hopefully this doesn't get reset. It still says 40. That box is done. It still says 40. Excellent. All right, so with those things done, I need to get into copper refining. To get into copper refining, I need to have a copper smelter, which is going to look very similar to an iron smelter, without having any of that junk on the end of it. I need to move this smokestack over here, and that's the bare basics. Obviously, it needs a few more components that we need to build into it, but we're going to pop you here so you can sort of start getting the process done. You have plenty of coal, you're fine, and I don't need that anymore. Okay, next thing I need to do is need to pop over here. I need to get a mind control tower. This one's going to be for copper. And obviously you need to be named appropriately. So can we name you appropriately? That being the copper mind control tower. If you're interested in how I did that, well, there is Jetty's top 10 tricks for Captain of Industry. I do recommend you have a look. I'm going to make sure that is up in the top right hand corner right about now. Also, I'm going to make sure it is pinned in the first comment down below. All right, I'm going to build that. I'm not in a particular rush for that, so we're going to set you to a priority of, I don't know, 9. 9 seems good, and you can get done in good time. All right, so with those items done, I need to build you, because I'm going to need more trucks because we're at extremely busy, and I also want to load you with crew. With Mr. Shippy, who also needs a little bit of, well, updates, because it's currently called the ship, so it obviously should be called Mr. Shippy. It needs to go out and hunt some oil. Hence the color choice. So can I send Mr. Shippy, who has a range of just over 2,000 kilometers and 100% hit points, which is nice, out that way. Okay, you're going to go off and explore some places, and we're going to, we've got the oil done. You are set to an export of 11, which is super low priority, but that's sort of how I want you. And I need to get, well, a few things happening over here. So first thing I want to do is do that trade again as many times as I can to get rid of the wood. I need to have plenty of room for us to dump wood. Can do that one and that one. Cool. And that has a little bit of room. Okay. Next thing I want to do is I want to build this and get that up and running. I also want to start conserving power. So I don't need more rubber. We're going to turn you off. I completed the project, so that's done. It's also going to save me a little bit of diesel. Not that the diesel really matters. You should have 2 bars, please, because that's starting to get important. And actually, whilst we're over here, I want to double up our power. So can I copy this? Can I put this here? Can I extend up our pipe? And I'm going to unpause those guys. I have plenty of workers, so you can just stay unpaused. All right. With that done, I want to come back to this guy. Probably didn't need the boxes done, actually. Yeah, probably didn't need the box done. And I don't want you having that. I want you to have that eventually. All right, I need to enable the recipes. I need to enable the copper recipes. I also need to enable the copper recipe here. And with the power of V to copy settings, I want to paste that over there. All right, repair the shipyard and set sail. Great. More rewards, including more diesel. That's going to be very, very handy. We have new refugees, which brought with them new goodies. And I also explored a location and found the oil rig. Yeah! The color code definitely works. Also means that I have now found some loot. Okay, having the loot's very, very important. Also, going exploring other places to see if we've moved into a good neighborhood or not is also very important. As I only have 5 houses left, we're going to be pausing the beacon because I don't want 18 refugees in a couple of months. And I'm going to be building a second lab because I need research to move just a little bit faster. All right, so I need to get this up and running, which needs more construction parts, which I don't have, which means you need to crank out faster. I do have, how many of these? 16. Okay, can we go into this? I want to rearrange this because these items pinned here, some of them are helpful, some of them not. What I want to have right at the top of the list is taters. Taters are super important. Diesel, also super important. After diesel, I want to have every game, every sort of automation game I've ever played, always has gears. So obviously, they're critically important too. They're actually used for maintenance, which is pretty bad if they're that low, but it'll probably work itself out. After that, I want to have obviously wood, iron, and then bricks, because they go into construction parts 1. I want to have construction parts 2 after construction parts 1, because that makes sense. After that, I want to have my copper, my rubber, and then I want to have electronics, which we're going to slide up there. Then I'm going to leave vehicle parts at the bottom. Okay. With that done, I need to upgrade. I need to switch this to the top, and I want to upgrade this machine first. This machine, if we upgrade you, you go from needing 4 workers and 40 kilowatts to 6 workers and 80 kilowatts, but you actually produce twice as much stuff. In the case of electronics, that actually produces 3 times as much. Don't question it. It's just part of the law, so we're going to roll with it. But that means I just double the production for, well, 2 people and double the power, which means you're the next one I want to upgrade it desperately. If I can get more construction parts out, that would be very, very nice. I also need to tell you to harvest all those trees because I need to clear some space here. And you have No iron. Okay, can I get you? You are doing iron still, and we have. We don't. I'm not overlaying with coal yet either. Okay, so if I can get you upgraded, which is going to require a bunch of those, which means all my construction parts 1 and turning into construction parts 2, doesn't really help me because you are currently smelting iron, and well, you can't even output the exhaust because that's not built. Yeah, it's a bit of a catch-22. But as soon as you're upgraded, we get twice as many parts out of you, and you just got picked up. That'll get done. Nice. And that should give me, yes, should give me double the output. Okay, with that done, I'm going to leave you making construction parts too, because I need them right about now, because we just unlocked belts. We also explored a location with yet more loot. That's nice. Can I get you to go, let's go there next. All right, now we have the belt technology, the all-important technology of belts. I want to start automating things. So I'm going to bring a belt into there. We're going to instantly build that with Uni, and that means my wood instantly travels in here, less truck transport. That's what really matters. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to bring a belt from here into here. Again, less truck transport, that's all what really matters. You can now get iron directly, well, rather than having to wait for a truck to move things around. You were meant to be doing electronics, but you don't have anywhere to put them. Actually, I'm going to leave you. I want to, next automation is up here. Can I get a U-shaped conveyor? Can I bring the scrap directly in there, coal directly in there? Can we just build both of those? Can I get the limestone to move directly into the brick machine and I'm out of construction parts? Big surprise. Can I unpause you? Alright, so I need more. You have a little bit of coal in you and a bunch of dirt. That should be fine for right now. I want to bring our coal directly to there. I want to bring my iron ore directly into there. That's fine for the moment because you're processing scrap. So I'd like to get limestone if I could. No. Okay. You have requests coming in. You have iron ore coming in. Come on, make me a construction part. What are you doing? You do a construction parts one because you don't have any electronics. You are holding 38. Oh, you're already 8. So the trucks are not getting there. Can I set you to a 6? Okay, location explored. We found a settlement. That's nice. So we have moved in a friendly neighborhood because they'll let us do contracts, which are way in the future, but they'll also let us borrow goods. All right, we can worry about that in a little while. Construction parts one, I have 120. Okay, if I have 120, let's take advantage of that and come down to here. Okay, can I get, actually, can I get, ooh, can I get this? Yep, I'm gonna need it all sorted up. Can I put you, there are trees in the way. There's always trees in the way. Okay, can we tell Mr. Tree Harvester to not harvest any of those? And I want that tree to go in. Can I do trade? Can I trade more of that, please? Thank you. And then you guys should be able to drop off your stuff, and then you should be able to go chop that tree, and then I can put in another all sort out whilst I have far too many construction parts. Okay, you have some. Okay, can you please get a delivery? Did this change and not tell me? Okay, can I change you back? Change you back. Can I change you back? And can I change you back? All right. You chop down that one tree. Excellent. Can I get the ore sort of? And can I put that right here? And can I... okay, can I build these with Uni? That way you'll actually work. Can I build you just with the unpause button? I don't want you doing iron. I don't want you doing... do coal, I guess. I don't want you doing limestone. Yeah, we're going to start removing things. I do want you doing copper. I want copper to come out in that port. It does mean it's sort of in the wrong spot, but that's okay. I can always move it. Can I remove that bucket? And can I remove that bucket? And that'll give me some construction parts. You guys are going to process the iron for right now. I don't have any copper. Can I get the tree harvester to go chop some trees again? And can I go to you? All right, so you've come back. You have a bunch of loot. There's a bunch of loot in here, but most of it is a whole pile of copper that I need to get rid of. Can I instant build another truck? Can I get an excavator? Because we don't have an excavator for copper yet. We do have the tower, but no diggy boy. And where are we up to with coal? You have some coal. Can I get... No, I can't get that built still because you're still not getting deliveries. I'm not sure why. Apart from the trucks are really busy. And they're probably really busy because... yeah, they got access to this and this. So they're driving stuff halfway across the map. Right, so whilst they're behind a little bit, can I just give them an option to dump some stuff right here? I need to flatten out this coast anyway, so we have somewhere to build docks in the future. But yeah, if they have a little bit of a closer venue, that might help them. Right, can we go here as well then? And actually, can I do a little bit more? Can I do all of that? Yeah. Okay, and then to get a delivery for that again, but not the electronics. I have 38, and they're all stuck in here, aren't they? Yeah, they are. You're not even in electronics. Your output's full, which is great, but yeah, that could lead us to trouble. All right, can I sell more wood so we have more room, so we can chop down more things? You can get built, but that's not really helping me with my project of getting this running. Okay, can I turn off this, and this? So you're only waiting for one product. You definitely have can export. And you're a 7, you're a 4. Okay, we're just going to go 4 a piece. See if that helps me. Up. That's what I want to see. Okay, so if they get dropped off there, that means you can run faster. I need to have this belt done. Yep. So I just need one part for that. I also need to have, can I get another transport belt? I want to have this tie in here. Yep. And can I make sure that that's your second most priority? Yes, please. And you, come on. All right. So that gave us 3 parts. 3 parts means I can do this belt. I also want to, we have iron here. Cool. I want to do this belt next, and then as soon as you're empty, cannot import products, but they can export products. As soon as you're empty, I want to change you across to iron ore rather than iron scrap. I want to do this belt next, and I also need to have you guys fixed up. So you actually excavator. Nope, no excavator. Okay, can I get my diggy boy? Can I build you? Cancel you? Bring a couple of trucks after that. Alright, I need my diggy boy. I desperately need my diggy boy. And Mr. Shippy found another friendly neighborhood. Oh, we have moved to a nice part of the world this time around. Okay. You need diesel. Please tell me that has diesel in it. It does. Cool. Alright, so alright, here. I need to do an electrolysis machine. Okay. Copper's a little bit different. Yeah, we got more loot. Okay. Copper's a little bit more different in the copper comes out and you need to wash it afterwards. So I want to go into smelting. I want a copper electrolysis machine, which will take in the nasty copper and give it a nice clean. Now, the catch with this is you make 12 copper and you make 12 copper, but then you consume 24 impure copper, because that's what you guys are actually making, and then give me back 19.5 copper, which is a bit of a catch. I'd much prefer it if I got more copper, but it turns out that's not really an option. Can I put you here? And then can I put this machine here? And then can I put another bucket here? This bucket is going to be rubber. This bucket is going to be copper. This machine has to be built. It also needs water. So can I get water from here and bring this to here and here? And then, no, I need to go to here. And then I should be able to plug into that in the future if I need to. Cool. All right, so I need to have copper ore before you start doing anything. And I also need to get that belt built, so less things for trucks to move around. I need to get this box built, and we can turn you on so the trucks can bring all the mass of copper that's in the shipyard out of the shipyard, because you have vehicle parts, and I want vehicle parts. Can I get... No, I'm out of vehicle parts. Yep, thought that might happen. Okay, can I... And that's to make my excavator that I need. All right. What are we full on? You are full on iron ore. Great. Can I change you to be iron ore instead? And then that should flow into there. And then that means my iron crew is going to become my copper crew. Can I get you to just dig me a dead straight line into here? Because I need to dig out, what is it? 20 pieces of copper. So that's going to be the plan. Can you please look for copper? And can I pause and unpause you so you update? And where's the other friend? Where'd he go? He's ahead. Can I get this guy to also do copper, pause and unpause? All right. So with that done, you have a bunch of iron which has come from the shipyard. You're in assembler 2. Set recipes. I want to turn all of that off. I just want you to cut one item, and I want another box here, which is going to be topped up with electronics. Okay. Can I get this built? Preferably sooner rather than later, but that means I need structure parts, which I have 28. I only need 30. Yep, a truck's going to deliver them. I don't really want the trucks to deliver things, just for the record. I'd much prefer to do it with the power of Auto Magic and Uni. Can I turn off that recipe? And can I insta-build the U? Okay, with you insta-built, I would like to have the belt from there to there, which I need to insta-build as well. You are going to wait for products, and you need rubber, which means I need 30 more parts. Okay, so with us waiting for 30 parts, I'm also waiting for a bit of copper to show up. And once that's done, we can get you built. Actually, you're going to do copper. So can I turn off copper here? You can also do coal, which suits me. And we just need to, potentially get the materials out or build a couple more buckets. All right. Next thing I want to do is, again, wood. We're full. Can I sell a little bit more wood for a little bit more concrete slabs? And you're producing, can I get that one? 24 parts, not quite. You're making 12 parts. You're stealing 6 of them to make 3 of those. And I also want to upgrade these machines. So that's 18. You're now built. That means the rubber can come over here. I don't need you to do that anymore because we have a dedicated machine for it. Can I go to Mr. Shippy Shippy and see if you're also a nice neighbor or not? Okay, so that's moving, I need you to be done next. And I also need a belt. Okay, so the belt from here, I want to take up to, hang on, let's go check. Right, so if we look in, there's my excavator. You have a minimum height of 4, so as long as I'm above 4 tiles high, you can drive on it. That's great. Right, so that's the height requirement I need to get to. Also, can I set you to come do the copper with 2 trucks, which is one of the reasons we don't have a lot of trucks, because every mining group needs a number of trucks, and the further they have to drive to drop off materials, the more trucks they're going to need. Can I cancel that so until the trucks are overloaded again? Can I get you upgraded? Nope, because I need electronics. Okay. Can I get you built? No, I have 18. All right. You. Can I make sure you do copper ore? All right. We've mined 4 copper ore so far. Excellent. I want this one done first. Yeah, I want this one done first. Okay. Can I get you built? We've done a bunch of research. Okay, research. Can I start with you? What I'd like you to do is, currently we're making 9.2 potatoes every month on average. Our harvest is, going down because the longer we have the crops in the ground, the worse the fertility gets. The way you can mitigate that is with fertilizer or with crop rotation or fleet combat. Cool. Mr. Shippy Shippy is escaping because it has no usable weapons. Yep, okay. That's fine. That part of the neighborhood is not nearly as nice. All right. As I was saying, with farms, what you can do is you can, do some sort of crop rotation. As the only crop rotation I have at the moment is, green manure, which is like, give me a bonus to fertility. That's what I want to choose. Also, you might notice that this needs 27 water. This needs 36 water. At the moment, we're relying on rainwater, but my average is 9.2. As soon as I click this, it actually goes up to 9.8. So I get more potatoes on average from planting less crops. Yeah, crop rotations are weird and important. All right, back to you. So I can get rid of that because we know we need to wash the copper. We have this box, which is now going to promptly fill up, which should simplify a whole lot of things. You, I can turn off. You are still on, and nobody's delivering your concrete slabs. Why? Are you actually on? 4 out of 20. Yeah, you're definitely on because you made a whole lot of vehicle parts. Okay, you set recipes. I don't want you doing. I want you doing this and then that. That's what I want you doing. Okay, vehicle parts and construction parts. Okay, you have made a whole lot of mechanical parts. We now know the belt needs to be height 4. So can I come to here? Can I go 1, 2, 3, 4? Which means we should be able to get Diggy Boys under that. Can I just bring this to here? And then can I come from here back to there? Yep, that should give me some height. And then you also need electronics. So I'm going to bring my electronics from here down and into that machine. Cool. Can I get that belt built? That one and that one and that one. Cool. You now have automated construction parts 1 and 2. Providing somebody brings me some slabs. Yep. You have slabs and nobody's exporting them. Awesome. Do I have copper? It looks like I just processed some copper. Okay. Can I set recipes? Can I turn off the iron recipe? Because that's just going to confuse you. You have molten iron in the chamber. I also need to have this built. And can you be done? Yes, you can be done. And I need you built, which we can't quite afford. 2 parts short. You've been upgraded, so you're going to make mechanical components even faster. Also means that I want to turn off construction parts here. You're just going to be doing, vehicle parts. You would be doing vehicle parts. You'd be outputting right now if I gave you a storage, which I haven't done because I'm hoping I just keep doing this. All right, Mr. Shippy Shippy. Can Mr. Shippy Shippy, who is full of all sorts of loot, I have copper in here, which I don't want here, and hopefully, definitely, because I'm not actually making copper at the moment because I'm pushing that one back a little bit. Hopefully we can get the copper into there. All right. Why are you not getting deliveries? Can I say import off and then on? Okay, maybe that fixes it. All right. Can I do wood for bricks again? So I know I have plenty of bricks, which are all in here. Yep. And can I say Mr. Shippy Shippy out to see if I have pleasant neighbors this way? Let's go with. Let's go explore that way. All right, can I get another one of them? Because the trucks are really bad because they are definitely traveling halfway across the map to dump materials. Yep, it's catch-22. I want those bridges done, but I also want truck transport to happen. Can I click on this? No, I want to turn off allow partially loaded trucks. So unless they have a full load, they can't go wandering off anymore. If I turn off mining and refueling, when we say the last 6 months, I can see what they're moving. A lot of dirt, some amount of rock, a bit of trash, a bit of coal, a little bit of limestone, and a tiny bit of copper. So we've finished our copper delivery, and that means I should definitely have the iron guys come back and do iron, which would probably help things out. You have output is full. Slag. You're not exporting slag either. Wow, you guys are bad. Okay. You are full of copper ore. Excellent. Can I get that belt done? And I want to set to copper ore. And then I want to go through the box. And then I want to go to there. Which means I don't have the box. Cool. Location explored. We get even more loot. We are living in a very nice neighborhood. People are just leaving all these freebies laying around. Okay, you are full. So I just need the iron out of here. Okay, can I set you to a priority 2? And your friend are the same. So hopefully people pick up the iron. And this has a green bar, which means somebody's definitely indicated to do that. And that should fix that. Okay, you are processing iron in 30 parts, which means bricks. Why is nobody bringing me bricks? Priority 1. You're now the highest priority in life. Nobody's bringing this either. Yeah, I think I've just overloaded the trucks too much with the driving. Okay, can we put a little bit more of this here? I don't need access to that right now, but I like it. of wood. I can't help you. All right, we got rid of the iron. You're processing a little bit of copper. You are still molten iron, which means you are full of iron still. I need to wait till we get nothing but copper in these guys. You have iron as well. You have iron as well. This is part of my min-maxing things. Just like pushing limits. Can I change this to from there to there? If we're going to go in, we're going to go all in and dump stuff here instead. And we can free up some time. All right, you have a little bit of molten iron, and I need this gone. Can I? Oh, it's very marked. Somebody's going to bring it in, and I just need it emptied. Okay, what was that? Okay, that's more research. All right, can I get? We have 14 of you. Oh, there's one belt. I hate one belts. All right. I hated it even more that was right in front of my face and I didn't see it. All right, we're going to do vehicle parts. Vehicle parts require these items, which we're going to bring into here. Nope, wrong. I need to go from here to here to here to here. And then you need electronics, which are conveniently right here. Cool. If I get that done and that done, you can now make mass bank vehicle parts with the power of auto magic. You are now empty of iron. You still have 8 iron, which is annoying. Can I plug that in there? Oh, can I build you? And can I build you? 24 parts. I need just a few more. I don't really want to make copper. I just want to complete this quest. Right, and Mr. Shippy Shippy's back. Can I get another truck? And you have even more loot that I can't put anywhere. I still have a bunch of iron here and a bunch of iron scrap. And Mr. Shippy Shippy can go here then, I guess. No. Are we out of fuel? 300. No. Can I unload cargo? Shipyard's full. Okay, so nobody's brought you fuel yet because that's a priority 9. Yeah, the trucks are still playing catch up. All right, well, we're just gonna have to accept the trucks are too busy to get anything done. Good. What do you have? You have iron ore. Oh, allow. Cool. I need to turn that back on. All right, can I get basics parts? Okay, I can now do you. Hopefully, nope, nobody's taking the iron out of that. I can't do that till another 30 parts, which should hopefully happen fairly quickly. And we finished just a few quests all at once. So we set up conveyor belts. Done. Nice. Small construction parts. We mined some coal. Yep, got that done quite some time ago, which gives us a whole bunch of vehicle parts. Excellent. Can you make me one of them? Right. We also got construction 2, which gives me some construction 1 parts, which means I want to get you built and I want to get you built. Awesome. That means copper ore can come down here with the power of auto magic. You, can I just turn that off? Maybe that'll stop the iron coming out. I don't actually know. If not, we're going to have to clear the belts off. Okay, what are you moving? You're moving copper. The connector has nothing but copper on it, and that means you're going to get some nasty copper in there, and some water, and some clean copper, which is going to come out there. Great. Also, should note that you need 400 megawatts worth of power, hence why I put in just a little bit of power plants earlier. We're going to turn you off because I don't actually want more copper to empty the shipyard. You are also sorting coal. I want to have coal come down here and into here. Can I get this belt done and this box done? We've made copper production, which gives us even more parts. We're meant to build a fuel station, which we happen to have a little bit of diesel over here, which means can I get logistics? Can I get a fuel station? Can I pop you here? Yeah, I set up tanks. Tanks works very well, but one that works one better is an actual fuel station. If you have a fuel station, trucks can come here to get fuel, but also the pickup that I've assigned to it can drive to the mines and fill up the vehicles we have at the mines. I'm going to leave what you have currently. You have a very low export on you, but the idea is that, well, if we get enough diesel in here, you're going to take it and put it in these tanks, which the trucks can drive by and pick up fuel when they need to. Meanwhile, our refueling truck should be the one driving out to the different mines to top up the excavators and also top up our forester boy. Speaking of forester boys, can I get one of those and 2 of those? Because we're going to be setting up another one of them. After we... No, actually, I don't want that. Not yet. Cancel. Sure, we'll have 2 of those and we'll have 1 of those. Click deliver. All right. With that done, we now have you running pretty much fine. You're short of iron, but the iron guys just got back. And they're looking for copper. Can I have you look for iron ore? Can I have you look for dirt, please? Yep. And you only have 2 diggers. Yep. And over here we have 3 of you. I want to make sure you're looking for dirt. You're looking for coal. You're looking for coal. That should be fine. You have a lot of coal. You have not a lot of coal. Can I make sure that this has 1 bar of delivery and you have 1 bar of delivery? That'd be great. Actually, probably 2 bars on each. Yeah. I just want to make sure that they both have a bit of coal in them. And you have our concrete slabs, which we have a lot of. They're still going to be trucked down here manually. We're making construction parts 2. We have construction parts 1. So things are moving fairly quickly. Rubber needs to be turned on so it can come out of the shipyard. And I don't have rubber in there. I have rubber in there. So if I get rid of this crap by making more vehicles, yes please, then, well, I can have more crap move out of here and into here, because this has a limit of like, maybe it's 500 items? I can't remember. It has a limit of how much stuff you can have in the shipyard, hence why I turn it on, keep empty very, very early. But also, with our fuel station done, can I do this one really quickly? So I need to build a loose storage and set it up to connect to an existing blast furnace using a U-ship connector and output slag. Can I have you be... Actually, what are we full of the most? Nothing. How about you? You are full of nothing. All right. We're just going to go with this one. Can I set you to be slag? Build. Cool. That finished that one. Assign loose storage to slag. Done that. And then drag the bar down. Done that. Okay, collect that reward as well, and then change you back to dirt. Can you be dirt, please? Excellent. And I'm going to say empty the dirt for me, please, trucks. All right, so with that done, I'm going to leave this for, well, the second episode here. We're making pretty good progress. I do have a whole bunch of researches done, which we're going to have to get in the next episode. We've done the fuel station. We have the last of the research to finish off. We have this all sort of upset because it has too much coal. So what I'm going to do is... Actually, I can't do that, can I? Unassign this product from a sorter. I think that'll keep the coal out. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Okay, so the coal went to the shipyard, I bet. 8 coal. The coal went to the bucket. Yeah. I was really hoping to put coal on both of them, but I can't have you back up. So I guess you're... I'm gonna have to think that over. You're gonna probably be dedicated iron then. Yeah, and you'll be our universal doing everything. Yeah, I think that's the way I'm gonna have to roll it. But I'll think about that between episodes. Either way, I'm gonna leave this episode here. As I said, if you wanted to see how I did the coloring on the mines, which I also need to do, can I make you be our limestone mine control tower? Yeah, that one. Yeah, I want to have coloring on all of them. Can I do you as well? Where are we? Iron mine control tower. These are all covered in, as said, my top 10 tricks and top 10 tips and tricks for Captain Ministry. So I recommend you go have a look at that. As I said, it's down in the pinned comment below. And at the end of the day, if you've watched all the way to the end, you can leave me a comment just saying you did so. And at the same time, maybe consider, if you haven't already, click subscribe, clicking that button for me. All right, with all that said and done, I'm going to call it here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. And I do wish you'll come back for our next little forte into, dominating the island and getting a rocket program set up. Yeah, we've got a lot to do. Anyway, like I said, that's it. I'm out. Thanks for watching. See you next one. Bye.